Hello everybody, Dustin Hartzler here from YourWebsiteEngineer.com, and today I've got a video in store for you so you can learn how to actually develop WordPress websites locally on your Mac computer. It's a really neat tool, and it's something that I use all the time because I don't want to be making live changes out there on the web, so I'll make sure everything looks good locally, and then I'll go ahead and upload those files to the web server. But it's a software called MAMP, M-A-M-P, and so what we want to do is we want to just Google it, M-A-M-P, and you'll see that it can be found at mamp.info. So you go ahead here, and there's two different options. There's the Pro and the standard version. The Pro is the standard version is exactly what we want to use. So just go ahead and click the Download Now button. I've already done this, and so it's already waiting for me to start the installation. So we'll go ahead and start the package installation, and it will come up and it says, actually, if you're running a latest version of the Mac OS, I'm on Mountain Lion right now, it says it cannot be opened because it is from an unidentified developer. So in order to actually run this, you have to change some settings inside the system preferences file. So let's go ahead and change those real quick. We're going to go up to system preferences, and then we're going to go to security and privacy. And then if we want to make the change that we need to go ahead and click the unlock button, add your password, and then click from anywhere, and we can always change this back as soon as we're done with this. So we'll go ahead and allow from anywhere. We can close this. Now let's try that install one more time. So we're going to just be guided through the installation. It's going to be pretty simple. Just click through, accept the terms and agreements, and then we want to install it for all users on this computer. And then it will take up, it says about a ½ gigabyte worth of space. I'm okay with that. I'm going to go ahead and install. It wants my username. And it has successfully been completed, or has successfully been installed. So we're going to go ahead and close that now, and we can go ahead and close that. Now let's go in and we'll actually launch this application, and it is called MAMP. And it actually installs MAMP Pro, as you can see here, and I think you can use that for a little while, maybe 30-day trial, and then you can go ahead and uninstall it. So go ahead and find MAMP there, and then go to the MAMP logo right there. And it will say that you can check if you want to do MAMP Pro, but we'll just go ahead and launch the regular. So basically, it shows you the status of the Apache server and the MySQL server that's running on your computer. To go ahead and start those, you can just hit the Start Server button, and it will go ahead and turn those on. Now it's going to open up your default web browser, and it's going to show you what's going on within your website itself. And so right now you just see that here's just some information here. It shows you when you're setting up a MySQL database that you want to have the host name is localhost, the port is 8889, the username is root, the password is root. And so you can see this information here. If you want to go straight into the PHP My Admin, you click right there, and it's going to go in and it's going to show you exactly what you've got going on there. If you want to go ahead and set up a database, let's go ahead and call one YWE for your website engineer, and we'll go ahead and just create that. So that has been created. Now if I wanted to link to that, I could do so within my sites folder, or I can do that for any local hosted website that I may be running. One thing that's really cool with MAMP is that you can change some of your preferences, and so you can change the version of PHP that you're running. You can change the port numbers, so if you wanted to go to 8888, you can go ahead and change that. You can tell it when to start and when to stop. It can show you your start page. I like to have the start page being the /MAMP. That way I can that way you get this dashboard. You can see the start, you can see the PHP info, the Xcache, all this kind of stuff. You can see that all right there. And then Apache, this one's what is really cool, my favorite feature of MAMP. Under Apache, you can go to and set where your document root is. So I'll go ahead and set this to, it's actually my Dropbox folder, and inside Dropbox I have a folder called Sites, and then within Sites, these are all my websites that I have that are running locally on my 27-inch iMac. So we'll go ahead and call that that's going to be my root directory, and then hit OK. So the cool thing is, if I wanted to see all the websites that I've got going on, it's very simple to do. You can go ahead and just click Open in Start Page. It's going to show you all your configuration, everything that you need, and then what you just do is you erase all this information here, so you just see localhost.8888 or whatever your port number is, and then you can load that, and then it's going to show you the index of all your sites. Now Now, even though that these are all my sites that are synced within Dropbox, I do not have databases set up for each of these ones yet. So what I'm going to show you next is how to actually create your brand new installation inside of here. So let's go ahead and we'll get started by first going to WordPress.org and downloading the latest version of WordPress. We'll just go ahead and download WordPress. Okay, now that WordPress is installed, we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to drag that folder. So let's open up Finder, and I'm going to go ahead and put that folder right inside of the sites folder. So in my downloads folder, we should see WordPress, and then we're just going to take this into Dropbox, and then inside the sites folder. So we'll go ahead and just put that right there. Now, if we go back to this and we do a refresh, we should see that WordPress shows up. Now we can click on that and it says there doesn't seem to be a WP config file. I need this before we can get started. Need more help? We got it. Let's configure it. So let's go ahead and configure it. Okay, so here you are. This is kind of the standard setup screen that you get when you install it manually. So you need your database name, database username, database password, and database host. And so we'll go through and let's go ahead and try to figure this out. So the database name is WordPress. Let's call this YWE because we already created that one. The username was root. The password was root. The local host and the table prefix can be WP. Then you hit submit. And then it says error establishing data connection. So that are you sure that you have the correct username and password? Do you have the correct host name? So not sure. If I go back over here, I can see that I spelled root wrong. So if I change that to root instead of rot, let's see if that helps. All right, it actually worked. We can go ahead and run the install, and then it wants basic information that for your site. So we'll just call this WordPress demo, and we want to change the username to, we'll call this demo since it's different, and then we'll use a very strong encrypted password, and then put your email address in there. And then I always just uncheck this because it's running locally. Why should a search engine see it? And then, so here we go. We should have the ability now to log in. We can put in our username and password. And then, no, we don't want to save that. And then you can see we're right on in. And if we do a right click here and open a new tab, we can see that we have a WordPress, a brand new website. And so then you can go in, you can do everything else that you normally do with a WordPress website. You can go in and install a new theme. You can install, all kinds of stuff, do whatever you want. And then you've got it all locally running on your computer. So you never need to have the internet. So this is perfect when you're trying to develop while you're on the go. Maybe you're on an airplane, maybe you're sitting on the beach, maybe you're wherever you are, but this gives you the power to actually edit and update websites. And another cool thing is if you keep them locally on your computer and out on the cloud as well, then if there happens to be a change, most likely your computer is not going to be infected with some sort of virus, whereas something on a server could be. So you have an easy backup copy as well. So that is the tip, the video of the week that I want to share with you, and I hope that you can go out and install MAMP and get up and running and start developing locally on your website. If you have any questions, you want to check out more, go to yourwebsiteengineer.com.